is awesome.
So if anybody from DC Different Drummers is listening, I am
I'll start a
loving
petition.
it. Yes. They just look so happy, and
it is a good time. Like, anytime they're around, it's
And they play tubas too,
fun.
see?
Yeah.
I know, tuba's the greatest instruments.
I don't think that was actually a tuba. It's something between a tuba and something like a flugelhorn, wasn't it?
A flugelhorn.
Flugel.
Oh, flugelhorn.
Flugel.
Oh. They only have 2 tubas in this photo.
Flugelhorn is the best.
Chuck Mangione all the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chuck.
Yes.
There can never be enough tubas in a band. You always need more deep basses.
Bump, bump, bump,
Bump, bump, bump, bump.
bump, bump. You got to get that 3/4 thing happening. The waltz.
Oh, yes. I love it because I look at their marching band photos and everybody is just like their own unique individual. And then I pull up their symphonic band and then it looks like your cool, standard, amazing orchestra. What a cool band.
Yo.
So do y'all guys have a tuba Christmas anywhere, or is that a Texas thing?
I don't actually know, but I'm not like, I aspire to be a part of the music scene in DC, but I'm kind of peripheral to it, so
Gotcha.
I'm not sure.
We
I
have
wouldn't be
a
surprised.
we have a really cool thing at the state capitol of Texas called a tuba Christmas, and anybody that wants to can participate, but it's usually just nothing but tubas and baritones. And so our capitol has like this, almost like a basement kind of thing, the basement of the Alamo. And so all the tuba players go down there and people stand up on the upper story, and then you can listen and just like the sound comes rolling out.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it is so cool because it's nothing but like tubas getting to play melodies for a change.
Right,
and it
right.
makes me so happy to go to.
That would be really cool at the National Cathedral.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That would be awesome.
To answer your question, Steve, I think my favorite saxophonist is John Coltrane.
Was there an instrument he could not play?
Yeah,
Because he was a famous trumpeter, saxophonist.
he was great at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I didn't hear. I don't think I ever heard anything. on
Happy
sax.
birthday, Gina.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
done
trumpet.
stuff.
Oh, he's straight ahead. Yeah, no, that those early recordings with the quintet were pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, did you play Donna Lee?
Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
I play that on guitar, and that is murderous.
Yeah. It's
We
amazing.
we have a composer on the line who said, who says that he just wrote 2 years ago a piece for tuba and piccolo called Argument, where it was just like the 2 instruments, like a piccolo and a tuba, talking back and forth.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I don't know who you are, sir, but I applaud it, and I want to look that up right now. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Move aside, DC Different Drummers. Argument. Looking it up.
Yeah, I think John Coltrane and his melodic stuff is pretty. I don't know if it can be touchable.
Yeah.
Giant steps. You know, I still don't like. I couldn't even hum it right now. I could recognize it because it's just the intervals are
But you
so
listen
musical.
to it and you get it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's so musical that, but not straight ahead. Is what
Yeah. He's just fantastic.
So sometimes I
I
like
don't
to
know when
read
he died. He
children's
died.
books.
Yeah, that's why I never got to see him.
Yeah.
He
They
died.
did a children's book about him, and it was called Ghetto Cowboy, and it talked about him a lot and his influence on modern day urban cowboys, I want to say.
Huh.
It's a really cool book.
I didn't know that aspect about him.
Like
Chase-
just yeah.
Chasing the train.
Yeah.
Man.
All that stuff. The Village Vanguard stuff. You got those records? I got them in LP
I got
form.
those CDs.
I got them in LP form.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a female composer too. Of course you had to be awesome. Yeah. If you do you have like a link to it on YouTube or anything? Sorry, I'm talking directly to the female composer of the tuba piccolo
we're
argument.
competing. We got a piccolo tuba composer, and now we're
And
also
Coltrane.
waxing eloquently about Coltrane.
Man, this is a great ascent up. We're having some really cool conversations here.
Yeah, and he played on that great, the seemingly this super popular now, most popular jazz album ever. It seems like is Kind of Blue.
Yeah.
With the other guy, Cannonball Adderley, which is also an amazing, totally different saxophone player.
Yep.
I really want to go down to the jazz festival in New Orleans.
I went to one in, where is it? Moscow, Idaho.
Ooh.
Yeah. I used to go there a bunch with my jazz band. And shout outs to Moscow, Idaho. You guys know how to
Put on a
rock it.
jazz fest.
Yeah, or jazz it.
Big influence would have been the Montreal International Jazz Festival. Festival de Jazz de Montréal.
Yeah.
I'm loving
So the International de
Yeah.
Jazz de Montréal. That's an unbelievable event. Saw Miles Davis there at least 3 times.
Wow, Moya, your daughter-in-law sounds so
Oscar
incredibly
Peterson.
talented.
Yep.
Same thing, if you have a YouTube link or something of the sousaphone violin duel, that'd be really cool.
You guys ever tried playing a theremin before?
What is that?
Oh, it's the weirdest instrument
It's
ever.
a ball with a stick.
Yeah.
Is
Use
it like a, is an,
Ooh, it's
Yeah.
the scary stuff that you hear on the...
oh,
It uses
how do you spell
like
it? PH or F?
TH, theremin. I don't
I think
know.
it's someone's last name.
Yeah. I saw
Oh.
one once at a music store and I was enamored by it. But
Oh, you got to get it.
Yeah.
What about a saw? Saw is another unbelievable.
oh, I made a musical saw.
They're
out
great.
Out of like an old rusty saw and some cedar wood and some horsehair, and it was just the weirdest experience.
I love it.
It worked, though.
Theremin, the strangest instrument ever.
Yeah, it's like the stereotypical like UFO noise or alien noise. You'll hear it in a lot of stock.
And it's
music
not. It's
sounds.
interesting because, of course, we've never heard a UFO before, really.
Yeah.
So somebody has to come up with what sound they might make, and this poor instrument, since being described as weird, was
Yeah.
perfect for it.
I feel like this is the same instrument out of Futurama. Where
It might be. Yeah. They might use it a lot in Futurama tracks.
this is, and you had one of these?
Didn't have it. I've played around with one.
I think it's pretty easy to make.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Aw.
Maybe not as easy as a saw.
No. I actually saw it. It's hard to get a consistent note out of a
Oh
saw.
no, to play it. So unless you get a good. Well, they've got actual musical saws that they.
Yeah. Like I tried just, a rusty old saw. That's how I played. But
And
yeah, if they
somebody-
A
have
rusty
musical
old saw.
saws, then it
Somebody's
maybe it's a lot
leftover violin rubber. What are they called? Violin. What's the thing called?
easier. Don't know.
Your not your baton, the thing you rub across the strings on a violin.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
You just use one of those.
Oh, yeah.
You said you built one because you were pulling
I
on
built
horse
one,
hairs.
but it was,
Yeah.
let's say it was probably subpar.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's the same stick slip thing that occurs
Yeah.
with Crocs if you want to fall down,
Yeah.
and rubbing the top of a crystal glass with your
Yeah.
finger, right?
Yeah.
That's a fascinating thing.
Yeah, it is.
Friction.
Kaislana
Grabs,
1000.
let's go. Grabs, let's go. And
Cool.
then
Hmm.
not smooth at all.
Yeah, I know.
Adhesion. One of the weirdest things. Adhesion.
Gina,
What is
I'm looking
adhesion?
it up right now, but you shouldn't be able to see the computer screen
Kinda
anywhere.
like small molecular forces or something. Or maybe I'm thinking of lizard's feet. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Nova, I want you to check this out so bad. Oh, those are so cool. I want this. So one of my good friends, her husband is one of the top oboist, or excuse me, not oboist, bassoonists in the world.
Wow.
And he always does like a lot of really interesting composing and concerts. So if anybody has like a really different bassoon piece, they send it to him and then he'll do like a performance of it. And it's always for free, so I always like to go. So I got to hear this really cool one with 2 marimbas and 2 bassoons.
Oh, wow.
Called like In the Woods or Through the Woods or something like that. It was really neat.
Yeah, bassoon's another instrument that's just so cool.
Yeah. To me, it always sounds like a baby calf. Maybe it's my southern country roots coming out.
I don't know.
It sounds like a little baby calf playing around. And Gina, I love your googly-eyed squid hand crocheted. Look at him, he's so stinking cute. Portland, Oregon. Photo. Sweet. Aw. So this whole dive was totally worth it just to be able to see the feather star, that beautiful stalked sea lily.
That was pretty.
Yeah, well, that and getting to have an amazing musical conversation. I tagged the footage of the sea star, or I'm sorry, the sea lily. Oh, I can't wait. I hope they put it in the highlights for this expedition because it's so beautiful. Surely those numbers aren't right. There we go. Refresh the screen.
Hey, Rennie. Are you aware if we're still doing this like mapper software thing? Yeah, the mapper. Apparently it was at the beginning of this dive. Right, okay. I did, right. I just didn't really know how it was working, so that makes a little more sense, thanks.
So with all of our musical talents on board this boat, we should be able to make a really cool band.
Perhaps.
I call dibs on, like, if we could do like an old school bluegrass band. I call dibs on playing the jug. Sean, would you like spoons? Can't go wrong with some good old spoons.
I could try, sure. Spoons. Musical spoons.
Musical spoons.
Are they the wooden ones or are they, because I know there's like the cheat spoons that come fixed together. You can just clack them. Or there's like the traditional type where you can just get 2 spoons from your kitchen cupboard.
I feel like Anatoly probably has both back there in the kitchen somewhere.
Right, probably.
I feel like there's a lot of mysteries to the kitchen.
There are. It's a sacred zone.
Oh, thanks, Gina. Will do. Oh, the crochet octopus hats. Aw. Yes, let me find out about that. That'd be really cool. Getting a crocheted octopus hat for everyone on board. Taking a picture. Ooh, and I do have a whole bunch of fossils. They're all the ones from around Texas. So outside of Austin, not a lot of people realize it, but it's a kind of a fertile ground for fossils because all of Texas used to be in a giant or a big shallow sea. And so if you go out to Big Bend, so way out in West Texas, you'll see these big towering, it looks like big rock formations, and it's actually old coral from our time in the shallow sea.
Limestone, you mean?
Hmm?
Is it limestone?
There's a lot of different ones, yeah. Oh, for the coral specifically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's what the,
Because Canada's got a lot of
well,
primo fossil hunting grounds as well.
Oh yeah, we got some famous ones.
Yeah, because y'all guys have what is it, Tagalog, the oldest fish that was able to come up on land, or the first known animal on land. I think his name was Tautog.
I don't actually know that, but I do know about the Burgess Shale, which is like famous for the Anomalocaris, kind of these weird like Cambrian age sea life that kind of preceded well, it might be indicative of the Cambrian explosion. I can't quite remember my epochs, but yeah, there were a lot of weird animals out there, including the precursor to all chordates.
Yeah.
Which I believe was called Pikaia or Pikaia. Yeah, but Anomalocaris, those are really weird. They look like swimming vacuum cleaners with like little hooks on their noses, and they have like feathers for wings, and they like glide around the seafloor. Super weird. They got like bug eyes. Look like a weird crustacean insect that has a vacuum cleaner for a mouth.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
I still love the placoderms. I know, really post-Cambrian explosion, but those little armored fish during the Devonian time period,
Yeah.
where they're just like fish with suits of armor on them.
Oh yeah, those things.
Yeah, those are some of my favorites because they're just so weird, and it was definitely like when evolution was in its
just
teenage
like
years, experimenting. Yeah.
Still is, but gone through a few extinctions, so things are a lot more similar now.
Yeah. I still love looking at the fossils of stromatolites. One of the things on my bucket list is to go down to like Australia or Iceland, where they have the living stromatolites.
Nice.
Oh, yes, Tiktaalik. Tiktaalik. Yes, thanks, Elsie. That was the very first known creature that walked up on land.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think it was discovered by Neil Schuster. He wrote the book, Your Inner Fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the guy that said that humans are fish?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
You know this guy.
I know this guy.
That sounds so leery.
It's a very unpopular opinion to call a human a fish. If you say that in a group of people, they'll all be like, "You're wrong."
You understand what he's saying, but it's the same way as if you tell somebody like, "We're just monkeys." Like, yeah.
The other thing that I like are it's like a fossil that happens in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta, I'm sure, and the States as well. But all these oil companies that go drilling there, they often find these old like cephalopods that have these beautiful fossilized states. They're all rainbow in color, and they're coveted as a precious gem now, which is called ammonite. They're from these.
I feel like I know that.
They're from these fossils of ammonites, which are creatures
Yeah.
with spiral shells.
Yes, I have seen these. They're beautiful. That's so cool. So a couple of years ago, I went to this professional development, and it was the weirdest, most interesting, most expensive professional development I went to. So it was put on by oil companies in the Gulf.
Oh, yeah.
And so they brought some teachers together, and kind of their focus was how good oil is for everything, which was a very interesting take. But one of the lessons that they had us do was they came up with this skit, and we all pretended like we were plankton that died in the ocean. And then thanks to natural gas and drilling, we were able to be with our friends again on the surface, and we were proud to be able to help humans.
Oh,
That's so twisted.
It was I kind of feel like I'm biting the hand that feeds me kind of thing. Because they put us up in this beautiful 5-star hotel, like catered every meal. We were eating at these nice, beautiful restaurants, treated us so amazingly well, but the whole message that they were kind of selling to us, I was not a big fan of.
yeah.
So I feel like I kind of took their resources and was like, nah, I'm never going to follow through with this.
Right.
So I was supposed to like send them evidence that I was teaching some of the same stuff in my classroom, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's good to question, question things. It's good to have an inquisitive mind.
Well, it's just stuff that goes definitely against the grain. And it's not even so much questioning. It's just like, you know what you're doing is wrong. I can't go out and teach young, impressionable minds that that's correct when I know it's wrong. But the food was amazing. Oh, my gosh.
I bet.
The food, the hotel room. Oh, man, was it great. Went on a really cool ghost tour. Ghost tour was the...
Ghost tour?
Yeah, the ghost tour was the highlight.
Huh.
I don't really believe in ghosts, but it's still fun going on ghost tours and trying to scare yourself.
I have an argument with my wife going on where, like, she believes in ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, well, why do you believe in them? Like, I think there are things that are way more likely to happen, like aliens, for example, are way more likely to exist. And she's like, no, aliens don't exist. And I'm like, wait a minute, what?
You believe in ghosts but not aliens?
How can you believe in ghosts but not believe in aliens? I don't get it.
Oh, me and Mark had a really good discussion on aliens yesterday while we were eating our lovely brownies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did the aliens plant those brownies for us?
If they did, thank you, aliens. They were they were really, really good. So do you ever try to win your wife over and just be like, yes, there are aliens? Present her with evidence?
I try to reason the probabilities of, having life out there in the universe compared to, I don't know, taking someone's word for it that they saw a ghost, and I never win.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Because there's no evidence for aliens, like it's also like people are looking.
Mm-hmm.
So far there's no response, no signs. It's just a hope, right?
Yeah. But haven't you read the hieroglyphs on the pyramid? We know that there are ancient aliens.
Okay. Okay.
I want to go. So they have an ancient alien convention every year.
Yep.
I want to go to it so bad.
Okay. I think it would be fun to go.
I don't believe anything that they're throwing down, but it would be so fun to go.
Yeah.
There's a really good Netflix special that came out a while back about evidence for aliens.
Oh, yeah.
And the first 30 minutes was really, really good. Definitely made you question and believe in it.
Right.
And then, oh, so good. And then after that, they brought on some really interesting experts that made you re-question everything that you had already questioned at the first 30 minutes of the documentary. I use documentary loosely. Oh. So a viewer said something with ghost to look up Carl Poplar. Oh, there he is.
Karl Popper? Look up Karl
Yeah, the Austrian-British philosopher.
Popper? Oh. Different Karl Popper.
Says that he re-explained science in such an interesting way. The logic of falsification. Oh, really, really cool. Maybe we are aliens. We might be. The
Panspermia.
Yeah, panspermia hypothesis.
Yeah, I've done a university like report on this topic. It was an interesting topic. It was like a high-level biology course, and one of the ideas was to write a topic that you might not personally believe in, but to try and argue for that case anyway. And so I chose that alien life exists, and we have evidence for it. And I mean, I'm not like anti-alien. I'm agnostic about it, perhaps. But yeah, I like had to do all these like research into the topic, and there's a lot of interesting things, like a lot of recent papers that have come out like suggesting wild theories, like cephalopod genomes have actually been infiltrated by alien retroviruses that go in and like change the DNA composition of cephalopods, because their argument was that the body plan of a cephalopod would actually fare very well for like a spacefaring organism. And
I feel like the cephalopod body plan fares very well just about anywhere you put it. I mean, that
maybe not on land, it's not rigid
enough.
Yeah,
not really there.
Yeah, but yeah, a bunch of other crazy things, like some like excerpts from NASA scientists talking about the very first tests for life on Mars, and how they feel they botched the experimentation, and that there actually were some signs of life from the initial experiments. And but there might have been a divide in understanding that. Yeah, and then Carl Sagan, he talked about the possibilities of, you know, of alien life all the time. He had a lot of interesting things to say about it, although he might have not been the strongest proponent for it. But eventually he started to talk a bit more about it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm with you there.
Interesting topic.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed messages coming out from NASA, it seems like, where you'll have like a former retired person from NASA saying, yes, they did find signs of life, and then NASA's current stance is, no, we've never seen it.
Right.
But then there's these experts who you totally know are credible. So it's, yeah, I want just a definitive thing.
We'll have to wait a little longer.
Right? Octopus that sometimes hunt outside the water. Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah. The octopus that hunt outside the water. So cool. Oh, it's a minute long. It's too long. $12,000 meters. 1,200 meters. For those joining us at home, we have just completed our dive about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago, something like that. We were down at the Endeavour node, so just off of the main Endeavour site. And we set up a beacon, a USBL beacon on the seafloor, right around that node. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use that beacon to lower down a tool basket close to the beacon, close to that node, without setting it directly on top of it. The cable ship that we have been waiting on is set to arrive Tuesday. So we're hoping to do a pretty quick turnaround soon. If you go to Ocean Networks Canada website, there's a link on the status update. You can go down and you can see in real time the data that is being logged. Sitting next to me is Sean, who is doing a lot of the data logging, as well as a team of scientists for Ocean Networks Canada at home who are also logging in all that data. So it's so neat that not only are there scientists here at sea on board the Nautilus that are helping out, there's also a whole team of scientists back on land that are watching us every step of the way, and everything is being used for science. If you have any comments or any questions, you can go to nautiluslive.org. Down towards the bottom, you can send us a message and we will do our best to answer it. Just remember that if the ROV pilots are working, so right around the time that we have to start recovering the vehicles, we are no longer allowed to ask questions because they need to concentrate. But once the vehicles are safely back on deck, we can try to go back and answer any last-minute burning questions. Ooh, and I love all the different compositions that you're sending us. We can't listen to them right now because we have very limited bandwidth, but thanks for sending those. I took screenshots of several of the links that you sent. Definitely, as soon as we get off shift here, I'm going to try to check those out, so thank you. Thanks to everybody tuning in at home. We have a lot of people viewing us in the United States, Canada. Big shout out to y'all guys. The UK, Norway. Hello there. Are any of our Norway fans part of the Bjorn Bears fan club? We're still trying to get them up here. Got a fan from Russia, the Netherlands, Namibia, Mexico, Martinique, Italy, Finland, Germany, Australia, and Argentina. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are at the end of our second week, beginning of our third week, or I'm sorry, beginning of our third week here on a 4-week-long expedition with Ocean Networks Canada. That is a not-for-profit group based out of the University of Victoria, Canada. We've been here servicing and working on their Neptune Observatory. That is I believe it is a 700-kilometer long underwater cable system with a lot of seismic instruments down at the bottom, as well as many other different types of instruments. The other day we deployed everybody's favorite, Wally, and we went around last night, I believe, 2 nights ago. All the days start running together. And we used the T-Boss to help clean up some of the areas where he will be roaming. On Tuesday, the cable ship will be coming to rendezvous with us. If anybody watching at home would like to see more of the data, if you go to the sidebar on your right-hand side where it says live data, you can click that bottom button where it says more data, and it will pop you out to Grafana, where you can see our real-time data such as oxygen saturation, Hercules water temperature, depth, as well as a graph of what we have already passed through. So we can see wind speed in our graph right there. If y'all would like to know more information about the Hercules or the Argus, click right there on that right-hand side where there's the picture of the Hercules or the Argus. It will take you to a link showing you more information about both of our 2 starring ROVs. To the listener online, we have not filmed a ping pong ball on our ROV. However, I know that they've done that on different ones, as well as I believe it was on Ropos, if I'm remembering correctly. They filmed the styrofoam cups that we bring down shrinking. So that's kind of cool to put a little camera right there in the box, and then you can watch as everything starts shrinking down, or like you said, the ping pong ball explode or implode. We're hoping to drop down some of our styrofoam cups. So here on board, a lot of us have been decorating styrofoam cups. We're hoping to drop those down into the box and have Hercules take them down to the depth later on. And I totally get the Arrested Development reference there.
I think it's more than that. Oh, I think I'm counting until I go home. Yeah, it's like, yeah, 2 weeks to yesterday, so 13 days.
Kylie, do you live in the United States or Canada? U.S., right? University of...
Yeah, I live on the east coast of the U.S.
A friend of mine sent me a message this morning also. Said 14 more days and then you're home.
Michael, you should have just booked it in the same airline. The East Coast is getting hit with that Storm Henry.
Speaking of that, Hurricane Henry or Tropical Storm Henry, good luck out there to Kelly and Megan.
Kelly and Megan?
Actually, wait, nope, just Megan.
Nope,
Nope,
just Kelly.
Just Kelly. Kelly Moran. Good luck, Kelly Moran. I hope you still have power. She sent out a really sweet email today, and she's like, I might not have power later today, so
yeah.
Here's all my work stuff.
Power went out at my house.
Ooh.
I don't care, I'm not there. I don't care.
Do you have like an app on your phone that says there's no power on at your house right now?
Well, National Grid says we are anticipating power outages in your area during the storm. Then it says we have detected a power outage at your house during the storm. And it says we are working on the power outage at your house.
I like how they aggressively say that too. We're working on it.
They're like, stop calling us. We're working on it. We know it's out.
It's a huge storm. Let us do our job.
Yeah. But honestly, the grid in Rhode Island is kind of, I shall say, weak. It goes out like really, even just the wind picks up. Just goes out.
I feel that way about Corpus.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the old part of Corpus. The new part of Corpus, man, nothing ever affects them.
What am I doing? Not going fast enough.
It's so weird going up in the daylight. I'm like, oh no, we never ascend before 2 o'clock in the morning.
Uh.
900 more meters to go until we're at the surface.
You are on it. Well, reporting it quite regularly. Today is Sunday. Yeah. They were fish. They were fish. I don't know. I had steak. Nuh-uh, the bigger ones were pork, I think. Oh my God. Go home. Don't even laugh at your joke. You're not funny. I wonder what the snack is today. That fudge brownie stuff yesterday was good.
Yeah, let's get more of that.
Really, I don't even like chocolate in that kind of decadence, but it was really good.
Yeah.
The chocolate chip cookies that they had the day before yesterday were really spot on too.
Yeah.
Like they were gooey and not crispy.
I don't like crunchy cookies.
I don't think anybody does, but yet they always seem to give us crunchy cookies, so the gooiness of the chocolate chip was superb. Sean, do you have to record all the different temperatures, or is that like recorded lifetime?
We will get the sensor data at a later date. So we just try to get an accurate description of the ascent right now, mainly for our Wiring the Abyss homepage. For those following along on that website, they can see our live updates through the captions.
So when you're ascending, what do you normally look for to record? Like any specific type of fish that you see, or any type of plankton?
Will do that. We will do that. Plankton are a little bit challenging. Like we don't have a microscope or anything, so we can't determine for sure that what we're looking at is like a specific zooplankton. But yeah, we will, to the best of our ability, assign a taxonomic rank to whatever organism we see going up in the column or down, depending. And yeah, those will be kind of sandwiched in between these ascent columns. So people following along just through text can understand, oh, this was seen at like in between these depths, so on and so forth. Later on, we can do some fun database manipulation to prep the data for more rigorous curation.
So you don't record any of the, like, it's this temperature, it's this degrees saturation.
That does get recorded,
but not at this initial time period.
In sensor data, so eventually you'll be able to reference that, but not now. That's the hope. One day we'll be able to have live sensor data feeds. We do have a widget on this thing that does
Grafana.
sync up with that.
Yeah.
Well, not Grafana. It's on C-Tube.
Gotcha.
But we're still working
750
out,
meters.
I guess. At the very least, it should be synced up post-expedition, so you can go through it and then see, oh, these were the temperatures, readings from the sensors. at that time.
That's awesome. Thanks for explaining that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is a beautiful jelly. We got a little bit mixed up.
It was an accident.
Yeah. I love looking at our little snail trail.
Oh.
We have just about been everywhere trying to dodge out storms and rough offshore conditions.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit like crayon improvisation to me. That's just me.
I like that, crayon improvisation. Well, was it you or Ian was saying that in a couple more days we're supposed to hit another bad batch of weather?
That was Ian. Yeah. Have a few days of nice weather, though. Try to make the most of that.
Try to get as much done as we can with the cable ship.
Yeah.
It's like it's a really bad movie where like you wake up every day and there's like less people.
Yeah.
And you can't find anybody, and then eventually you get put in the infirmary. All in there.
They were there the whole time. You were the doctor.
There's a Star Trek episode like that where people slowly disappear, I think.
650
These vehicles
meters.
will not behave.
Whew, that one slipped right under the gun.
What's that?
That's 650 meters.
Oh. Keep calling them out.
Gives me something to do. Now it's behaving now.
Yeah, it is better.
Mark the depth.
Yeah, it's the depth.
The depth related issue.
Well, it's not. No, it's still not good, but. Boo.
No, it's bad.
Well, lame.
I have my phone set to like go off with weather app notices, and it's been going off so often this past week. Temperatures are 106 degrees. Feels like 110. Drink water today. And so my phone's going off this whole time, and at the same time I'm going, it's pretty nice outside. I'm wearing a jacket in the middle of summer, beginning of August, or end of August.
Is it summer? I don't know what.
Summer is gone now. It just happened while we were away.
I was away for the entire.
I don't like being on the ship for too long because the world just literally goes on without you.
Yeah, hurricanes hit Rhode Island and Connecticut, and we're just chilling out off here.
I started on June 15th.
Yeah.
I got off on September 15th. That's pretty much the whole summer.
Oh, man, the whole summer's gone again.
Every year. Not next year. Next year I'll have the summer.
That'll be the upside down.
Yeah, but then gotta work a bunch in a row. Winter. That's just like a central nervous system in the water column. What the heck is that? Just didn't quite get farther than that. It's no gut, just feelings. Not unlike myself.
Do you do the crossing over to Hawaii?
No, I'm off.
That when you're off?
I'm off until I get back on mid-November to end of December, right before Christmas.
I think I'm having Christmas in Mauritius with ROV House.
Christmas in Mauritius.
Christmas in Mauritius. That'll be fun. We'll have Christmas together with Sodor.
With Sodor. We haven't seen the Sodor sticker. I don't remember which.
No, where are they?
Which platform that's on.
It must be more inshore or something.
I don't remember. Sodor.
Is Mauritius that island off of Madagascar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kim was showing